Hi guys, welcome to another LovenStamps studio tour. Today we're going to talk about colors and I'm going to give you some ideas for how I like to store my colors for sort of a best use. So how to find what I want when I get ready to make a project, how to get inspiration for which colors go good together or go well together, and also in that sort of color matching vein, I'm going to give you directions at the end for making one of these cute, oops, sorry, wrong side, making one of these cute little triangle boxes. So really easy, fun gift idea for kind of any season. All right, so Stampin' Up! Colors. If you ever feel like you're not sure what color to pick for a project or which colors go together well, you can like do a raise your hand. Hi, Elaine. Not that you can't pick colors or don't pick colors well, just saying hi because you just logged on. Anyway, colors are tricky. And one of the things I love about Stampin' Up! Is that they have a whole team of artists that make it really simple for us to be able to pick colors together or to be able to put colors together. And so what they do is they have color families. So some of you guys are probably total experts in this and can name all 50 Stampin' Up! Colors off the block. But if you can't, I'll just kind of give you a reminder. So color families are the brights, the neutrals, the regals, and the subtles, and then there's also basics and then in colors that change every 2 years. And one of the great things about these colors is that within any color family, so this is hint number 1 for picking colors, within any color family, you can mix and match any 2, 3, 4 of those colors and know that your project is going to be beautiful. So when I organize my colors, I put them in order by color family. So these are my brights, these are my subtles, my regals, my neutrals, and then my in colors at the end. So it's always easy to go, oh, well, let's see, Granny Apple Green, Pacific Point, and Mango Melody, those will go together because the color values are set up so that they have a nice combination. Some people prefer to organize their colors in rainbow order. So they put all the reds together, the oranges, the yellows, and the greens. And if you're that kind of person, that's a totally great way to do it. The nice thing about that is that it lets you pick from different color values. So you can hold up a sample of cardstock. I often like to get one of my cardstock colors and then just try them together to see what I think matches nicely. And when you're organized by rainbow, then you can pick from the yellows. You want a red to go this, then you have your 4 reds together, Cherry Cobbler, Real Red, Poppy Parade, and you can see which tones and tints are the right choice, okay? So one other way to organize your color or to pick colors for a project. So, sometimes your stamp set has a feel, it's bright and happy, like Hippo Happiness. So that's just jumps out as a bright stamp set to me. Sometimes you can pick your colors based on a designer series paper instead. So my example for that is the Snowflake Splendor paper, which is on the Stampin' Up! DSP sale during October. So grab some if you want. And then the designer series paper has always on the back of it, where'd my package go? Here it is. Has always on the back of it the list of all the colors that are included. So when I pull this paper out, for example, and look, I can read right on there and see exactly which color cardstock or which color ink are likely to go with it. If you don't have the paper yet already, it's no problem because that information is in the catalog too, or on the website if you're ordering online. So when you have your colors picked, one of the best things about Stampin' Up! Color systems is that everything matches. So let's take a look at this card here. And you can see on here that there are like 4 or 5 different elements that all go together. So designer series paper colors, the cardstock colors, the cardstock colors for the die cut, the ink colors for the stamped parts, and then even the little rhinestones are colored to match the Stampin' Up! Color scheme. So this way, you know that your projects are gonna come together really, really well. If you were picking up projects or project pieces from random places, then it's sometimes tricky to get those to get those colors to match. Reds are especially troublesome. Greens are so hard to match without color coordination too. So for that reason, I love to kind of look down here, and I know that I can get cardstock ink, an ink refill, Stampin' Blends markers, Stampin' Write markers, ribbons, papers, everything to match. So hi guys, Jenny and Mary Ellen said hi this morning. So when you use your Stampin' Up colors, you can end up with projects that are a really nice match. So, and not only that, when you order or when you have pieces that go together, like your ribbon and your cardstock and your ink, everything is the same color, so you don't have to worry about matching. All right, so how to get started in this. So yeah, it's nice, right, to have all the colors and to have everything. So first of all, you could be a demonstrator and get them all at a discount. So let me know if you need details about that. But in other veins, I kind of recommend starting with a project. So if you're newer or you're kind of branching into a new season, you haven't made Christmas cards before, pick something that you really like. Pick Snowflake Splendor and get the pieces that go together to match that, because it's so much more fun to make something when you have the coordinating colors that just make everything pop. Start with a designer series paper that you love, start with a stamp set, all kinds of good choices. But start in one area and then you can branch out and fill in from there. And the great thing is that the Stampin' Up colors really work well together, even between color families. So you can always mix and match to find what you need. All right, you ready for a project? Okay, I'm gonna scoot you back here and tune you down. There we go, and pull these things in. All right, so here is our project. Let's see, there we go. Okay, so the stamp set I'm gonna use is the Triangle stamp set, which is so clean and crisp and simple. If you have the triangle dies to go with it, they are a really nice match because you can get the stitched edges on everything. And if you don't have the triangle dies or you don't have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, no big deal. They're straight lines. They're super easy to fussy cut, okay? So here is our little box project, kind of fun. And then inside it, it has a little opening here, and then inside is a cute little bookmark. So you would put your ribbon inside your book, and then the little hangy part would be on the front of the book like that, okay? All right, so let me give you some tips for making this project. Pretty simple, actually. And it's kind of an oldie but goodie. I found it in my Stamp Club archives from 2013. I thought, oh, it's time to bring that one up again. So I'm gonna start just by cutting off a little corner there. It doesn't really matter. I guess I went about 3/4 of an inch or an inch. Oh, those are centimeters. 3/4 of an inch in from the end. Then you're gonna take on the back side and put that there. You're gonna take on the back side and you're going to put tear tape or Seal Plus, if you want a really strong adhesive, on one edge, okay? Then what you wanna do is you want this box to stay together. You don't want it to be coming apart all the time. And so what you wanna do is you want to bend those fibers in your paper so that the box just naturally wants to stay together. And so that's why I have this edge of my countertop here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the palm of the heel of my hand right here where I have that cut edge. And I'm going to just pivot there so that I am bending all those fibers in sort of an arc shape. And if you're looking at this and thinking that doesn't make any sense to me, just remember, put the heel of your hand on the cut side and then bend from there. And then you can see when I set my paper down, the edges curl up where I want them to curl. See how they're off the table. Now, the top part of our box, we want to flap up really easily this way. So I'm gonna take that top part here and right about where that curve is gonna be, I'm just gonna rub across the back edge of the countertop there too. Now, if the edges of your countertop are square and not rounded, you don't wanna do this because you're gonna do a little bit too much. You wanna find a rounded edge or the back of a chair or something to give you a nice surface to work against, okay? So now you can see kind of that those three corners stick up. Now, if you want to add the little strip of the brushed gold cardstock or brushed cardstock, and you could make these for any season, they make great Halloween treats. Just something fun to make somebody's day. So now I could take my strip of gold here and I could set it down this way, but what I find when I go that direction is that it always gets uneven. It's not straight. So what I'm gonna do instead is set my paper down on the table and then go from the top. And the reason that I'm not doing this right on my scratch paper is that I don't want this to get stuck onto my white grid paper. So if I do it out here and it sticks to the countertop, I can peel it up. All right, yay, I'm glad you like it, Mary Ellen. All right, so then next thing to do is go ahead and add one more strip of tear tape. And I like to overlap both the designer paper and the brushed metallic cardstock. And that way I'm not gonna have one piece popping off the other. And because we broke those fibers a little bit, it's really easy to get this to fold around in a cone shape. So I'm gonna bring this around and see how I have my bottom, see how I have this brought across here so that I know that when I fold this across, my adhesive is gonna stick to the other side of the cone. All right, and then I'm gonna bring that across there, okay? So that I'm making a little cone shape. Now, you want to make sure, hey, good thing I have my bone folder handy. You want to make sure that this stays really well stuck. And so what I'm going to do is put my bone folder on the inside here and just hold it up underneath so that I can make sure that my seam is really well squished down. That's a technical term, squished. Okay, so there we have our cone kind of started. You can see how this is going to go together. And we have our gorgeous colors. So we have Cherry Cobbler and Shaded Spruce for this, which came from the 'Tis the Season Designer Series paper, which is also on special. All right, which brings us in with our Shaded Spruce ribbon. And even these little jingle bells are perfectly colored for the project. I have both Cherry Cobbler and Shaded Spruce. So sometimes you'll get a Stampin' Up embellishment that isn't listed as the same color necessarily as the stuff in the catalog, as the Stampin' Up colors, but they're often really, really close, and definitely closer than just random, little jingle bells from the store or whatever. So the next thing we're gonna do here, I had a little, where did it go? This is what happens when you have little tiny pieces, right? Okay, well, I'll just cut another one. I have these little mini Velcro dots, and they're just from the, you get these at even Target or Walmart. And the way to attach these is best to go ahead and peel one side, and sort of the pro tip is peel the side that's the white one, because there's a white tip and a clear tip. And then I'm gonna go ahead and press this right on the tip of my cone, kind of like that, see? And then I'm gonna peel the backing off the other side. And let's see, I'm using my little scrap containers here. Those are yesterday's project, so go back and watch yesterday if you want. Now you're just gonna bring this around and go ahead and stick that down. And that is going to give you the Velcro grab. So now your container is closed. Now, a trick with the Velcro, sometimes the Velcro adhesive point is stronger than its glue on the back. So you wanna just be really gentle when you peel the first couple times to make sure you're not peeling the glue dot off, okay? So here's our finished. And then from here, we have all the fun little pieces that go with this bookmark, and you can see the color match and how great they are together. So we have like 5 different elements that are all the same color. So let's look at Shaded Spruce. We have ink, we have cardstock, we have ribbon, we have a jingle bell, and we have the designer series paper. So really having those color systems sorted out makes it so much easier to make projects that you're really excited about at the end. All right, so that brings us kind of to the end of our tour for today and talking about color. And tomorrow you'll want to tune in again around 9:30 for our next LovenStamps studio tour. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about how a 1948 children's book will make your stamping life easier. Okay, I'll just leave it at that mystery right there. If you know me, you might be able to figure out what I'm talking about. If you have a guess, you can leave it in the comments. But you can look forward to learning more about that tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, Pat and Susan and Mary Ellen and Jenny and everybody else whose name went by and I've totally missed. But leave me a comment, tell us where you're watching from so we can kind of expand our stamping living room here, our stamping studio space. And if there's something that you found really inspiring in the tour so far, some tip that you really found useful in your own space, make sure you comment on that too, because you never know, it might help someone else who is looking for something similar and they might have missed, because we're up to 10 videos now. So, all right, thank you guys so much. Shout out for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Happy stamping!